welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be a blush declutter. It is the beginning of the year. It is time to just go through my collection and just see what I'm not using, what's not serving me, and make room for new products. So I have 36 blushes here, and I definitely think I can pare this down just a little bit. I have a lot of makeup that's just unopened, untried, and I want to make room for those products because there's a lot in here that I just don't like. Now, I'm not really going into this with any kind of hard number that I'm trying to reach. I don't want to just inflate numbers for decluttering purposes. This is really just going to be like what is not serving me, and I'm going to get rid of that. It might not be a brutal declutter. You will just have to watch until the end and wait and see. But we're starting with 36 here, and let's just get started. So the first two that I have, these are from Moira. I have Love Recipe and Sweet Teas. I didn't try these that long ago. I tried these in December. So this one is Sweet Love Recipe, and then this one is Sweet Teas. They were good blushes. I ranked them pretty highly in my ranking video. I just don't know if I love them, and if I'm going to reach for them on a consistent basis. I think maybe I can get rid of one of these. Let's just see. Let's go back. So I'm not going to swatch everything. This one's just very glittery, and that's what I don't like about it. I think I even said that in my video when I tried these. This one has a lot of glitter. So I'm going to get rid of that one. It is Love Recipe, and I'm going to keep Sweet Teas. Next up, let's just go over my Pat McGrath. Why not? So I have, let's see, I have Nude Venus and Nude Venus 2. This is the one that came out for holiday. So Nude Venus looks like this. I'm not going to swatch everything. And then Nude Venus 2 looks like this. Now, they are both very similar, but since I just got this one, I don't want to let these go just yet. I do like the Pat McGrath formula, so both of these are going to stay, as well as both of these. These are the Bare Mineral Bounce and Blur. I have the shade Blurred Buff and Coral Cloud. Yes. So I really liked these. I had them in Shop My Stash not too long ago. I can link that playlist up above. And I wear these. When I wear these, I wear them both together. I think that they look beautiful together. It's a great formula. People really liked these when they first came out. I still do. So I'm going to hang on to them. However, this Tarte blush book. This is just the Blush Bazaar. I don't think it has a number. I have been wanting to keep this. I think in my last declutter, I even said I'm going to try and get some use out of it. I don't think I've used it in the last 6 months when I did my last declutter. So it's just time that I try and find this a better home. It takes up a lot of space in my drawer. While I want to keep it, Tarte has a great blush formula. It's just not serving me. It's not something that I reach for. I kept it last round, and this round, it just needs to go. It needs to find a better home. Let's now go over my NARS blushes. I think I have 3. So I have this one, and this one. This NARS Duo from the Claudette collection, I think, is one of my favorite blushes. I reach for this all the time. This is a very nudie pink blush, and then you have more of a pop of color, similar to the Bare Minerals. Love this blush duo. I actually use this quite a lot, so it is going to stay. And then these two, I think that it's safe to say this NARS liquid blush can go. Can we see how gross and disgusting this is? Again, just like the Tarte blush book, I kept this around thinking that I would maybe use it. It's the shade Luster. I remember I bought this because a YouTuber was raving about it, and I never used it. Clearly, it's separated, it's expired, so this just needs to go. And then this NARS Ear Dem, this collection is old, but I love this blush so much. It's hard to see. I know this is like just a shitty swatch, but it is a great blush. It is just the perfect soft pink. I really like this. It's discontinued, so I am going to keep it longer. It smells fine. It performs fine, so it can stay. Now, let's kind of collect this. Let's see. Next up, this is the bulky one. This is the Jouer Duo in Adore Me, I think, right? Yes. You know, I haven't reached for this, but I want to. I want to still. I think this has like maybe one more chance left into it. Let's see if I use this before my mid-year declutter and go from there. This is on the chopping block, but it will survive one more round and I'll see if I get some use out of it. I'm not 100% ready to let go of it yet because I did really like it. We're gonna see if I keep reaching for it because I haven't yet and I want to. Let's get these out of the way. So I have 4 of the M Cosmetics Serum Blushes. This is the old packaging. They did redo their droppers here. So I had this in my worst makeup of 2022. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it above. This just, God, it's just bad. I hate it. I am going to keep the Venetian Rose just so I have a reference of it. But these 3 shades, I think it's time that I just find new homes for them. I have the shade Rose Milk, Sunset Sky, and Peachy Peach. They just don't last on your skin. They're very just wet looking. It doesn't give that beautiful watercolor effect that I was thinking it was going to give. It's just sticky. It's not great. I am going to keep this one though just as a reference for videos if I need it. If I don't reference it in any videos in the next 6 months, like it'll go for my mid-year declutter. But for now, I kind of just want to have it for YouTube purposes. All right, I don't think I'm doing too bad here. 2 that I know I'm going to keep. I'm going to keep this Nude Sticks one. And I'm for sure going to keep this one. Let's do these. So I have the Nude Sticks in Sunkissed. This is just a perfect like bronzy blush. You can use this as a blush bronzer in the summertime. Really like this shade. I've gotten rid of a lot of my Nude Sticks, but this one is going to stay. And then this Givenchy Prism Libre blush is my favorite blush of 2022. If you saw my best of, you would know that. I love this blush quite a bit. It is a loose blush, so it's a little bit of an irritation just on that front. But other than that, the shade is gorgeous and it just performs on the cheeks beautifully. So this is going to stay. Another one of my favorite is this Surratt blush. This is in the shade Chaleur, which means heat in French. I use this quite a bit. I reach for it all the time. It's old in my collection, but it still performs great, so it is going to stay. I know I can get rid of these though. These are 2 Benefit blushes. I just have the little minis, and I decluttered a lot of my other minis in my last declutter. These 2 I kept and I just haven't used them. Again, just like that Tarte one, those things that I haven't used in the last 6 months, like I'm just clearly not going to reach for them. I might as well find another home. So I have Benefit Dandelion, which looks like this. It barely has any use out of it. And then I have Rocketeer, and no use out of it. So someone else can use these, give them a better home. We'll do Chanel in a second, but I want to talk about these 2 because both of these are luxury and both of them are subpar. However, I am going to hang on to them. This one because it just went viral and it's a highly talked about blush, so I do want to have it for reference. It is not my favorite though. Everyone says that this is like the longest lasting blush on them, but I cannot get it to stay to me, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know why it's talked about as much as it is. I am going to keep it around for a little bit longer though. And then this Chanel Le Beige Water Blush is not good. I have the shade Warm Pink and I'm just not ready to let go of it yet. It is newer in my collection, but dare I say, like, it's compared to the M Cosmetics, I mean, like, it's kind of chunky. It's not blending out all the way. I don't know. I haven't figured out how to make this product work for me yet. It's just very watery. Like, look at the water on my skin. Is that even showing up? The way that it's just sitting there, like it doesn't sink into your skin. It's very wet and oily, like it's like oil and water, like the oil is sitting on top of the product. It's very odd. I haven't figured this out, but because I haven't had it that long, I've had it less than 6 months, I am going to hang on to it. Now let's talk about the 2 Chanel blushes that I have. So I have the shade, this is the Tweed blush in Tweed Beige. So it has like this tweed effect on it. This came out in 2019, and then Chanel said that they're coming out with tweed blushes again, but I'm pretty sure it's just a re-release of these blushes. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I'm understanding. And then the other one I have is in Elegance, and this is one of my favorite Chanel blushes. It's nothing special to look at, but stunning on the cheeks. So both of these are going to stay. I wish I knew as far as like the tweed blushes, if they're gonna come with like the tweed pouches and whatnot, because that would make it a little bit more special, but I'm just lost and confused. I even emailed Chanel and asked them, and they gave me basically like an answer without answering. So I have no idea what's going on with that. I'm just gonna wait and see. Let's talk about this Tarte blush. This is the Tarte blush in Beaches and Cream. Terrible. It's just bright. It's not my color. Just like the cream bronzer, it's just not a good formula. I don't like this. I tried it. I kept it around the last declutter and said I was going to give it a shot. It's bad. It's going to go. And then also, what else can go? I think I'm ready to let go of this Natasha Denona blush. This is a blush duo in number 15. I don't even know if they make this anymore. I pulled this into a Shop My Stash a couple months ago, not that long ago, and I actually really like it. You do have to mix both shades. This shade is very odd. It doesn't work by itself, but it is really pretty on. It's not a bad formula at all, but I think it's time it just goes. I've had it quite a long time in my collection, and I'm trying to make room for new stuff. It's not that special where I think about it and want to reach for it, so it's going to go. All right, we don't have too much left here. Let's talk about both of these Milani blushes. So I have the Baked Blush in Luminoso. This is going nowhere. I use this all the time. It is a staple product for a reason. I love this blush. And then I have the Cream Blush, and this is in Nude Kiss. I need to pull this out more because this is actually a really nice cream blush. It's thick, it stays on the cheeks, it's long lasting. I just haven't reached for it and I need to, but both of these are going to stay. And then this Essence one and this Flower Beauty one, both of these are gonna go. I haven't reached for them. This Flower Beauty one is in the shade Peach Primrose. I just really don't like peach blushes. They're not really my jam, so I think that it's safe to say this can go. I haven't reached for it in 6 months, so it's going. And same thing for this Essence one. I know that this is a really popular blush. It is a good blush. I just don't reach for it because I have other ones that I love more. I think I kept it around last time because I wanted to have some drugstore options. But if I'm not going to reach for it, I'm not going to reach for it. I shouldn't justify it to just have drugstore options if I'm just never going to use it and it's going to sit there. So this is going to go. All right, I'm trying to think about what I want to talk about next. Let's see. I am going to keep this Huda Beauty Glowish blush. This is in the shade, what is this? Caring Coral. This is a nice blush. Again, just like the Milani, like this is one I need to reach for more. It is really nice. It just kind of gets lost because it's so small and petite, even though it looks a little bit chunky. In my collection comparatively, it's kind of a smaller blush, so I kind of forget about it, but I do want to pull this out more. And then, these are all like, I'm like on the fence about. I do want to keep this Tower 28 because I didn't try this that long ago. It was okay. The bronzer was absolutely horrible. The blush wasn't bad. I definitely need to give it more love. I have the shade Magic Hour. People really raved about this blush and I just need more time with it. I haven't had it too long. It's not one of those products that I've had for over 6 months. It lasted through declutter and I haven't reached for it. I've had it less than that, so I'm gonna give it a little bit more time. And then I think So this is the Chanel blush stick in number 23. This is nice, and everything in me wants to keep this, but the reality is I don't reach for this blush. It's very similar to the NARS Orgasm, like pink with that gold flip. I just don't get enough wear out of it. My brain knows it's time to let go. My heart just doesn't want to. So I'm going to listen to my brain, listen to the logic, pass this on to someone who will probably just get more use out of this. 3 left, and I know I want to keep this. This is the Flower Beauty Blush Balm. This is the shade Pinched. This is a very nice cream blush. You do have to use a brush with it, not a sponge, but I do really enjoy this, so it's going to stay. And then these two, I have the Butter Blush in Vintage Rouge, and then Between the Sheets for ColourPop, the Super Shock Cheek. Part of me wants to keep this because I should just have like a Super Shock cheek formula. It's still creamy. It's not dried out. It's a nice blush, but I just don't reach for this. I don't know what it is about ColourPop products. I'm trying to just decide my stance on them. Like, do I love them? Do I not? My gut, again, just says like it's time to let this go. So I think I'm going to. And I think I'm also going to with this Butter Blush. I do actually like this. It's not a bad blush, but I just don't reach for this. I love all the blushes. Like, I'm looking at my pile of keeps, and those I want to reach for, and this is just like meh. So I don't think it should stay. I haven't used it since my last declutter, so it's gonna go. I hopefully won't change my mind, but I think I'm good. I think that it can go safely and I won't miss it. And if I do, it's pretty inexpensive. I can just repurchase a new one. All right, and then here are my piles. So I'm keeping 21 blushes, decluttering 15. I feel actually pretty good about those numbers. I didn't think I was gonna do that great because past declutters, like my foundation declutter, I didn't do that well. Concealers, but this is good. I feel really good about the ones that I'm decluttering and the ones that I'm keeping, and now I just have space to grow. So this is where we're going to end the video. Hopefully you enjoyed this declutter. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.